Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, Davis-Wade Stadium, where they've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 11th-ranked team in the land, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hamilton. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Starting to feel a little pressure. At the 35, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were all off running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, bro. If you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same.
Coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And that's just a timing line. And if I'm a quarterback, they're going to sit back in zone. When I run those crossers, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So now on comes the field goal unit. This one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He's going to pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Man, That's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play.
Afterburner's coming. And they finally get him stopped, but it's... Catch, and he's down at the 5.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Got it in the middle. It's Pierre. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
He got it. And after the 3-spot guys, we're all tied up. And we're all square as he set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
1st and 10. On the run, it's Haynes. And the ball's loose. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football. I don't know if it was... And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Offense gets set for 2nd down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Tell you what, it's hard to play quarterback out there on an island with all the routes they can run. You can tell that's a timing route. He busts an out route. Quarterback reads it really, really well. Gets his hand out there, knocks the ball down. Nice play.
Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
And I love the angle route, whether it's man or zone. If you throw it with timing and you wait for it to develop, most of the time it's going to come open. Great job by the quarterback seeing it, hitting the running back.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Coming after it. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different...
Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Here's the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you try to sneak this in here, right? Third down, kind of manageable situation. Not too far, not too short, where maybe I can throw the football, but I sneak that draw on their defense in. No, sir. I'm ready for that. Stuffs them on the third down.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. Using his legs, it's Young. Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game. Those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. They're trying to get to him. Makes his connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown Tide! Made the grab.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Off the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Hill. And he's brought down after a huge completion. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A shot toward the end zone, and he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Really nice job there at the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what... The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the 1st half. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. He's looking to throw. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
We might have wanted to just let that one go to see if it would go into the end zone, but makes the fair catch at the 5. One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. Ready to start the 2nd half. Alabama will kick it off. From inside the 15, here comes the return. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Tie game here early in the 2nd half, and offensively you're hoping to get something going, but after that incompletion, it kind of kills all of your momentum. This quarterback is really going to have to lock in here for the rest of this game if they're going to win.
Makes a move. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. Here comes that Alabama offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, that you get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
Grab behind the line. It's Cuevas. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Alabama! They take the lead with the 6.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He'll bring it back. It's Hamilton. He gets a block. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Haynes. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. To the air, it's Simpson, feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting...
Got a lot of running room. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting set for the point after. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Hamilton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Now adjusting. He'll let one go down the right side. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own. Unfortunately, ended up losing yards.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
I'll admit, I wondered if they were just lining up to try to draw them offside.
Me too. Whenever you line up in your own territory, you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to draw me offside. A lot of times, by the way, this defense, they kind of relaxed for a second. You can tell they had a plan, ready to go. They knew they were going to be aggressive.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Fires downfield. Finds space on the right. An explosive play to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Oh, they finally got him out of bounds, but not before. He carried some momentum for his team into the 4th quarter. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Young. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Really nice job by awareness, too, from that guy. He's working the back line of the end zone. It's so easy to step out of bounds there, but he knew where it was, and when he made the catch, he made sure just to get one toe down to secure the TD.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The play-action fake. It's complete. A huge pickup. Right down the gut of the field. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. To throw, it's Simpson. Got it set up on the outside. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Bama! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Looking for a crease. It's Keller. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Caught over the middle. It's Pierre. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. Quick completion on the out. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. He'll come out throwing on first down. Caught on the outside, it's Copeland. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. 2nd down coming up. He'll just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Tackled, but he has a first down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Copeland. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And once he got loose, it was all over. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Tulane has the lead right now, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves yet inside Yeoman Stadium. They're up by 7 over Navy. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Caught near the sticks. It's Henderson. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He's looking to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. On the run, it's Haynes. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in the position to win.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. A delay of game penalty in this part of the field? Man, the defense just starts spitting fire after that. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Gets down at the last possible second to avoid getting lit up. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out, and they wanted to prove a point. And, David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
So that's going to do it for us. Sport.